Hello and welcome back to another episode from the Studio Block server. My name is Weird and Bearded and I am in the bell tower of the church inside the giant treasure chest. Because that's normal. And apparently I like starting my episodes in high places. I've done that the last couple of times. Maybe I'm part cat, who knows. Today, hopefully, we are going to fill up all of the land in this area. I have been busy designing the town. You may remember in the last episode, we built a house generator. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it yet. I have been generating houses galore, and we are going to fill this place up. Now, initially, when I finished, I had 31 houses in the town, and then I realised this is going to be episode 32. So I managed to fit in an extra house. I moved some stuff around, so for episode 32, we're going to be building 32 houses. Earlier this month, I turned 32. And just now, when I created a list of the resources I need to collect, turns out I need 32 shulker boxes. This has made me very happy as someone who likes numbers. But yeah, there's a lot of resources to collect, so I think we'd better make a start on that. I think quite a lot of the resources we should already have, which is quite nice. There's going to be quite a bit of farming, quite a bit of manual collection. So I'm going to get on with that. And then we've got a town to build. This is a big project. But once this is done, we can kind of start working on the details. Oh, and an entrance area. I need to remember to build an entrance area. We'll have to work on that next time. But yeah. By the end of this episode, we'll be close to finished. Let's get some resources. I was going to do a little montage sequence there of me collecting all the resources we needed. But then, by the time I got stuff from my base and stuff from the farms and sort of all the little quick bits, there were only 4 resources left to collect. So it seemed like it would be a bit of a waste. So yeah, we've got everything we need. And it's quite bizarre because even though there is realistically quite a lot to do, we've got to get the scaffolding in place for all the layers, then the layers themselves sort of structurally, then we've got all the buildings to make, and then we've got some decorations to put in to make sure everything stays lit up. We're actually only using 24 different materials. So we've got 1,842 azalea leaves, 2,738 birch planks, 498 dark oak stairs, 135 flowering azalea leaves, 1,631 glass, 345 lanterns, 477 mangrove planks, the same with slabs, 7,849 mangrove stairs, 106 moss blocks, 126 oak logs, 1,554 red sandstone with 124 red sandstone stairs, 7,522 regular sand, then 1,186 sandstone, 4,130 sandstone stairs, 758 sandstone wall, 32 spruce doors, 4,956 spruce logs, 9,436 stone. This is all for the scaffolding. Then 394 torches, 63 verdant frog lights, 509 vertical sandstone slabs, and 7,232 white terracotta. There's not a lot of separate stuff, but what we do have, we have tons of. So I think the only thing to do is to build. And then afterwards, we'll go through and talk about how it's all been put together. This is going to be a fun little time lapse. That build did not take as long as the long time I thought that long time was going to be. It was still a long time, don't get me wrong, but the long time I thought the long time was going to be was long. This was just a long time. Shall we see how it looks? I really couldn't be happier with this build. I'm really proud of it. We've got a little bit that's not done, but, you know, everything else is fine. And I need to add some more red sandstone here because you may have seen in the time-lapse we had a little creeper problem. Round the back of the church is just some empty space and torches because the gaps are kind of too thin to get some nice paths around to it, so yeah, maybe we'll do something with that. Probably not. But let's start talking about the actual build itself. So obviously around the church you can see we have these nice bushes. We've got a verdant frog light in the middle of each one to keep things lit up because, of course, we've got a big roof above us, so I need to make sure everything stays lit so we don't have creeper problems. And then I thought the flowering azalea leaves, just to make it look nice, and waterlogged stairs. So we've got these bushes elsewhere, but around the church we've got the waterlogged stairs. It adds a little extra pop of colour. It looks fancy. Nice. We also have the trees, which you may have again noticed in the time-lapse. I wasn't just planting trees, I was building up custom trees which look like regular trees, but the leaves are azalea instead of oak. Now the reason for this is very simple. We are in a desert. Oak leaves don't look very good. Azalea leaves do. So the azalea leaves still have that nice green pop to them. And again, as you can see, we've got some hidden lighting in there because it's all about keeping the area lit up. Now, of course, we've got the houses. We'll talk about the houses in a bit. We talked about the houses in the last episode. You know about the houses. But we then have our path. So a nice solid path around the church and in the main staircase leading up to it. But everywhere else, we have these sort of rough and ready paths, which were all done with a random number generator in Excel because I never trust myself to be random. I just can't. I'm a human. Humans are inherently not random. But I'm really happy with how the paths have come out and they lead you around everywhere. And you may have noticed, this place is lit up enough that you kind of forget you're inside. I mean, personally, often when I was building this, yeah, I forgot that we're actually inside a giant chest. And as you're wandering around, it does feel outside until you get to the edges, but we ignore the edges. So yeah, we've got the path leading everywhere, and of course then we've got the layers. I'm really happy with my design for the layers. Nice and simple, but with a lot of depth though. So we've got the upside down stairs in just sort of panels. Yeah, well, let's go with panels is the best way to describe this. And then we've got vertical sandstone slabs, just for that extra pop out. Then, of course, walls with regular lantern placement, just to mark the boundaries of all of our layers, because we don't want people falling down. I've tried to make sure we've got lots of offshoots with the path as well. We don't just have one path going around everywhere. Some of them end in dead ends because it's just a place to come and enjoy the scenery. Yeah, when you're wandering around a town, you're going to have lots of offshoot paths and they're going to split up and join together again. And then, is there no staircase? There's no staircase around here, but we've got lots of staircases, of course, because you've got to reach different levels. And then we've got all of the houses. So we spoke about the houses in the last episode. They have all been randomly generated in Blender, which means that they're all going to be slightly different heights. They're all going to be different layouts. The dimensions of each room are going to be different. So we've got 32 houses. Odds are they're all different. There may be 2 that are the same. The roofs probably could be more lit, but you know, that's slabs and stairs. Nothing's going to spawn up there. And I still think it looks good. And that's just in the regular view. I mean, first of all, before we continue around this, obviously when you're wandering around, it does feel like you're walking around a little town. But I think the best view is from the crow's nest of the ship. So let's get up onto the ship. Down here, still looking lovely. Let's quickly climb that ladder, go up to the crow's nest, and look out over the town. And I'll be honest, it's not just good. To me, it looks better than I was even picturing in my head before I started all this. I really am a very proud wab right now. So we come up to the crow's nest, and it does look like a little seaside town, in my opinion. I hope it's the same in your opinion. Please, go down to the comments, let me know. But now, if I may as well do this from up here before trying to jump over the fence, let's turn on shaders, because that's where this really becomes special. And I probably should have turned on shaders while I was saying that, because it takes a few seconds, but here it is. So this is why we have the verdant frog lights in the trees and in the bushes. It just adds that different green glow. We of course also have, come on, I want to get over the fence. There we go. We have our hidden lighting in the docks, which is just enough that I don't need to add any more to here. This is all, it looks dark, it doesn't quite get down to light level 0. But immediately, because of the glow from the lanterns, it almost gives everything kind of an evening feel rather than a daytime feel. I can't really explain it, because that is the issue with this area, which is something I have only just thought of. Because we're undercover, it's really difficult to differentiate between daytime and nighttime scenes, so we're going to have to use shaders to make those differences known. So I'm going to have to learn how to use the shader properly rather than just turning it on and off. So I've built a town. 32 houses. You may have counted them during the time lapse. If you did, good for you. Bit weird. And now there's not much left to do. We've got to do the entrance area. We've got to do some detail work. And I've got to make the scoring area for scoring all of the builds, because this is a build challenge. There are other builds that I have not looked at yet. I've very deliberately avoided looking at all the different builds. So that's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks, because there's only 2 weeks left of the build battle. But now the majority of my build is complete. It is weird to think that just a few days ago, this was all just sand. Oh, something else I did. A couple of other things I wanted to talk about, because these were decisions made, not just me being a bit lazy. While all the buildings have front doors, none of the buildings have interiors. I've not done any designs for any of them, because, again, this is going to be a set. So if people want to come and film stuff here, I want them to have the opportunity to put in whatever decorations they want. Also, these stairs stop here, and over on this side, I don't know why some of these have an orange glow to them. It's weird. Oh, I need to go around the other side of this building. Hang on. Hang on. These stairs also stop before getting anywhere near the shore. And then you kind of have to jump to get around. That was deliberate. I could have put some slabs in to make getting around here easier. But this is a sand bank. They're kind of difficult to climb up, so I wanted to make this a little more awkward to get around. Let's stop somewhere for a nice view. Let's just go up. Come up to here. You can land on the fence. And I'm going to float above the fence, because of course that is what happens. And I'm going to say, if you liked the episode, if you liked the build, leave a like down in the comments. I am super proud of this. I think this may be my best build yet. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.